FlossTube. I'm Catherine, the Needleberry Stitcher. Welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to go through my Mirabilia pattern collection. I had a couple of people who had asked me to go through them. In one of my videos I had showed that behind some of the artwork behind me, I pulled the artwork down and I have all my Mirabilias lined up, all in order. And I've got all of the patterns from 1993 all the way through December of 2021. I started collecting them, I think it was 2001 was the first time I got a pattern, and ever since then I just love them. I think they're beautiful, the mermaids and the beautiful ladies in their dresses, and I just started collecting them after that point. So some of them don't have the outer case on them, because when I first started collecting them, for whatever reason, I thought, oh, I'll just take them out of those outside cases and put them in protective sheets in a binder. And I got to a point where I realized that's probably not the best way I want to store them. I kind of like having those outer cases and having them able to line up. So some of them won't have those, but I still have the photos and the patterns, so I can show you what I have. So again, this is a very large collection. There's 179 patterns, and I started collecting them a long time ago. I was gonna wait until the next pattern is released, which is this coming, I think it's on the 15th of February. It's like an exciting day for me. I like wake up in the morning, I'm like, oh, it's the 15th of every other month. It's like Mirabilia, Nora Corbett puts out a new pattern every 2 months. So I was like, it's like an exciting day. I look forward to it. I'm like, what's the new pattern gonna be? Is it a mermaid? Is it a woman in a fancy dress? Is it something different? Is it a Santa? So it's always kind of fun to check. So be on the lookout. Check February 15th on Tuesday. That's when they should release the next one. So, all right, I'm gonna go ahead and get started because this could take a while. I'm gonna show you the pattern. I'll show you the cover photo. I'll show you, or I'll kind of talk about whether there's like fancy flosses, because some of her designs early on did not have a whole lot of the specialty flosses that they do now. A lot of them have beads, a lot of them have Carom water lilies, Krynic. There's always a lot of Krynic, but she did have a few patterns that didn't have any specialty threads or beads, and I can point those ones out too. Some people don't like doing the beads and the stitch and just want to do the stitching, and there are a few patterns like that. The other thing I'm going to point out are which ones are out of print that are really hard to find. I don't keep track anymore of like how much they cost. Like if you were to go out and try and source them from eBay or secondary sources, I don't necessarily follow that, so I don't know what a lot of them go for. If I know, I'll point it out, but otherwise I do know which ones are currently out of print, so I'll make a note of those along the way. Let's go ahead and get started. The first one is Damask Roses. This one is her very first pattern, MD1. It came out in 1993. And this one is out of print. I'm going to try and get an angle where you don't get too much glare, but I apologize, you probably will get a little bit of glare. So this is Damask Roses, or Damask Roses. I'm not sure how to pronounce it. I always thought it was Damask. I've heard people say it's Damask or Damask, or I just say Damask Roses. And this one has only DMC. There are no beads. There are no specialty threads, and there are a couple of blends in it though. But otherwise, there's quite a few colors. But otherwise, this one is a pretty basic, easy stitch, you know, not full coverage. So that's the first one. Number 2, MD2, is Fairy Moon. This is a really pretty one. It has 4 different types of beads and DMC flosses, no Krynic. And it does have some half stitch in it, which is unusual. But again, I haven't stitched them all, so maybe there's lots with half stitch, but a lot of them are mostly full stitch with a little bit of back stitch. This one does have some back stitch in it. And there are some blends. So that's Fairy Moon, 1993. 1994, MD number 3, is the Rose of Sharon. This one is all DMC flosses. no beads, no Krynic. This again is a really nice one. If I didn't mention on the Fairy Moon, that one also is out of print. So the first 3 here that I'm showing you are all out of print currently. But that's a really pretty one. There's another one I'll show you later, Rose Arbor, that I think would look really good with this one stitched together and hanging on the wall. If I ever get around to stitching multiple and I decide to do that, I would want to stitch them both probably back to back at the same time. I already started the Rose of Sharon, or not, I'm sorry, I already started Rose Arbor. That was in one of my whip parades in one of my previous videos. So I already have a start on it, not a big start, but I would probably want to finish this one if I finish the other one. So again, this is the Rose of Sharon, and it's currently out of print, MD3. MD number 4 is called Garden Verses. I don't have the case on this one, but so I'm not going to be able to show you. I'll show you the picture. That's what I can show you. Otherwise you'll see the pattern, and I don't want to show you the pattern. So this is Garden Verses. It's out of print. It does have, it looks like it's just DMC. I don't see any beads. I don't see any specialty threads. There are some blends, but again, not a whole lot of the specialty threads, no beads. So it's very pretty. And this one is out of print. All right, the next one is from 1994. This one is Sleeping Beauty. This one is also out of print. And I think this is one of my favorites. It reminds me a lot of, there's a, what's it called? I'll get to it. I'll get to it in the parade, but there's another one where it's, I think it's called Sleeping Princess, and it reminds me a lot of that one. This one does have 3 colors of beads and DMC flosses, no specialty threads and no Krynic. It does have a few blends. So this is MD5, Sleeping Beauty, currently out of print. This is MD6. This is called Christmas Elegance, and this one is out of print. It does have beads. It actually has quite a few beads, and I can't see the whole pattern because of the case on the back here, but yeah, there's a lot of beads in this one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There's like 12 different colors of beads and DMC threads. Is there Krynic? It looks like there might be, it's either Krynic or it's DMC gold metallic. I'd have to look up that number that's on there. I'm not sure what the number it doesn't say anything about Krynic. It's probably DMC. This is a really pretty one. 1994 still. The next one's MD7. This is called Fairy Flora. This one is still in print. You can still get this one. In fact, I think there are a couple of FlossTubers right now that I've seen stitching this one. If I can find out who they are, I'll put them at the bottom of the screen, but I'm not sure if I can go back. I watch way too much FlossTube, and I can't always remember who's doing what. So yeah, this is pretty. 1994, Fairy Flora, MD7. It does have some Mill Hill beads, and it does have some Krynic blending filament. Very pretty one. I actually like the fabric that they stitched it on. The mock-up, what do you call it? The model stitch, sorry. The model stitch here on the cover says it was stitched on 32 count barnwood linen, which I don't know that I've heard of, but, and maybe you can't get it anymore. That's a really, really pretty dark color. It's from Witchelt. So now that I'm going through all these patterns, I'm probably gonna find stuff I want to, I gotta look for the fabric, I gotta look for the threads, I gotta look for, see if they still sell them. Really pretty one. The next is MD number 8 from 1994. This one is called The Dreamer. And this one is out of print. It has 2 different colors of beads but otherwise it looks like it's all DMC thread with some blends. I actually have 2 copies of this one. Don't ask me why. I have 2 copies, but I don't need 2 copies of everything. So I'm thinking at some point maybe I'll do some giveaways on my channel, and I can take my second copies of different patterns and do giveaways. So this will be a nice giveaway because it's one of their out of print patterns. So stay tuned for that. MD number 9 is My Lady's Garden. This one is out of print. It's from 1995. And this is the first one that has the Water Lilies by Karen. And it also has some Krynic blending filaments. So starting in 1995, she started introducing the water lily colors. So, and I don't think I really knew that. It's kind of fun going through the patterns actually, because I'm learning as I go about different, when she started introducing different techniques into her patterns. So MD9, My Lady's Garden from 1995, currently out of print. MD number 10 is Elizabeth and the Lavender Sky, 1995. This one is all DMC threads only. There are no beads and there are no Krynics or specialty threads. I don't know that I've seen this one stitched very much. If you know of any FlossTubers that have recently stitched on this one, I would love to know. I think it's really pretty, but I don't know that I've seen it. So MD10, Elizabeth and the Lavender Sky, currently out of print. MD11 from 1995, Mother's Arms. I remember there being a time when I saw this on eBay, because I always used to go out and look at Mirabilia patterns on eBay, and I remember this one being difficult to come by and also really expensive. But I don't know if that's currently still the case. It may pop up from time to time, and you might still be able to get it, get it for a reasonable price on eBay, but I'm really not 100% sure. But this one again, 1995, MD11, Mother's Arms, and this one has petite beads from Mill Hill. It looks like there's 7 different colors of beads. There's Krynic metallics in this one, and some blending filaments as well. But this one looks like pure full coverage. Like I don't know if you can tell, but it just doesn't look like there's any background fabric showing at all. It says it was stitched on 32 count ivory in the model on the cover. So perhaps there are some areas in here like different where it looks like the ivory color. Maybe those are not stitched. I'm not quite sure. MD number 12 from 1995 is The Kiss. This one I have seen people stitch, or I've seen that they've finished it. Dina from Half Stitch Cross Stitch has this one completed and framed, but I think she got it from someone as a gift or from a store that was closing or something. But she does have a video where she shows that the completed piece. It looks really, really pretty. And this is another one that looks like it might be quite a bit, it's not completely full coverage, but it is got a lot of stitching to it. But very, very beautiful take on Klimt's The Kiss. I really like it. And this one I also have 2 copies. I think one of them was like later on, like a couple of years ago, I was looking for a particular pattern that I forget which one it was, but it came bundled with something else. I was like, really? You're gonna bundle that one? That one is like out of print. But they did. They bundled an out of print one with another one that was at regular price, and it was, I don't know. Maybe that one is not as rare. Maybe it's easier to find. So, did I say if it had Krynics? It does have Krynics. It has 5 different colors of Krynic metallic braid and 5 different colors of Mill Hill beads. And it's out of print, like I said. The next one, I'm just going to show you the picture because this was another one when I started collecting that I took out of the outer packaging to put in my binder. This one is Winter Queen, and it's from 1995, MD13. It's still in print, you can still get it. There's a series of 4 different seasonal queens. There's spring, summer, autumn, and winter. And the winter and summer are still available, and the autumn and spring are both out of print. But I think the winter one is gorgeous. This one's got rainbow gallery thread, the whisper thread that you do in her dress. So it looks kind of fuzzy where it's supposed to look kind of furry. I think that's really cool. It's also got 1 Krynic metallic thread and 4 different colors of Mill Hill beads. So really fun one if you want to do one of the queens. There's so many that are gorgeous. So that's that one. MD14 is out of print. It's English Roses. And this one's got silk ribbon in it. If you look here, or here, I think it's up here, that's all silk ribbon. So if you've ever done any designs that have ribbon in them, like the Dimensions Gold Collection kit called Victorian Elegance has ribbon in it as well. I've never done ribbon in cross-stitch designs, but it looks really fun, and it looks really a really beautiful result. This one's got 4 different colors of Mill Hill beads, 2 different colors of Krynic metallic threads, and then 4 different colors of, it's called, I think it's YLJ silk ribbon. The font is hard to read. I think it says YLJ. And I'm not sure if you can get it anymore, but you know, you can still get 4mm silk ribbon. You know, you can just swap out colors. So 1995 MD14 out of print English Roses. This one is called Santa's Magic. It's out of print. It's MD15. It has 8 different colors of Krynic metallic threads and 3 different Mill Hill beads. It also has 2 rainbow gallery threads, Whisper White and Whisper Brown, which I don't know that I've ever really seen. I've never seen a pattern show Whisper Brown, but I know Nora Corbett has a lot of the Whisper White for her winter theme designs. But that's a really pretty one. Lots of metallics in that one. I think that would be really pretty. All right. MD16 is called the Baby Boat. There it is, the Baby Boat. And this one was from 1995. It is still in print. You can still get it. I don't think it's one of my favorites, I'll be honest. It's okay. I don't know that it would be a top one that I would stitch right away, but it's really cute. I mean, it's got like the little children in the boat, little babies. It's cute. It's got 5 different colors of Mill Hill beads. This one is the first I've seen on her patterns that she started using the Mill Hill Crystal Treasures. And there's Whisper White rainbow gallery thread. This one's MD17 from 1995. It's called Stone Roses. This one is still in print. You can still get it. It has Mill Hill beads, just 1 color. It's got 2 colors of water lilies. It also has mother of pearl buttons and fine white ribbon. I'm not sure where the buttons are. Let's see. Oh, they're here. So like, I think it's like right there and right there. Did I get that? No, I didn't. I didn't get that right. It's right here. Right there and right there. It's really hard. Sorry, I can't see the screen very well when I'm showing this. So again, it's Stone Roses, MD17 from 1995, still available. MD18, Blooming Bride. This one is out of print. It has 7 different Mill Hill crystal treasures, 5 colors of Mill Hill beads, 1 color of water lilies, and the rest is DMC. But that's a lot of bling on that bride. Look at the flowers, aren't they beautiful? This is a beautiful piece. I also have 2 of this one as well. So potential future giveaway. Blooming Bride, 1996, MD18, out of print. MD19, it's called Deco Spirits, or Deco Spirits. And it's still available. I think it's kind of an interesting one with the 4, you know, the quad design, the 4 different designs all stitched together in a quad formation. It has 2 DMC metallics, not Krynics, they're actually the DMC metallic threads. Then there are also 3 Krynics as well. I think this is the first one that we've shown now that have both the DMC metallic and the Krynic metallic. Very few colors, like of the DMCs. There's about 18 colors, 17 DMC colors. That's not too bad. So MD19, Deco Spirits, 1996, still available. MD20 is called Fairy Tales, 1996. This one is still available. It has a Nordic gold rainbow gallery thread, 4 colors of Mill Hill beads, and the rest is DMC. Still available. This one is Fairy Idyll. If you watch Cross Stitch with Luda, she just finished this one. From 1996, MD21. It has 2 Karen water lilies, 2 Krynic metallics, and 6 colors of Mill Hill beads. It also has Rainbow Gallery Whisper Brown and a Krynic blending filament. This is definitely one of my favorites. This one is out of print, unfortunately. But I see people still picking this one up on eBay. I don't know that it's as rare. You probably can still find this one. MD22 is Summer Queen. So I showed you the Winter Queen of the seasonal queens, and this is the Summer Queen. There are people stitching this one, FlossTubers. I think Aussie Stitcher is stitching on this one. I think Ladybird Stitcher might have finished this one already. So one of her older videos, you might still be able to go back and see an older video that she was stitching on it. And this one's still available. It has 4 colors of antique glass beads. I'm assuming those are Mill Hill, but it doesn't say Mill Hill. But like I said, I would think that it probably is. The numbers look like Mill Hill numberings. All right, the next one is called Rose Celebration. This one's out of print. It's MD23. It's a gorgeous design. Again, I've seen someone recently who's either planning to start this one or already has, but I can't remember their name. I feel bad when I can't remember the names. I've been more enabled in the past 6 months, or maybe the past year, than probably the last 20 years. This one has 5 different colors of Mill Hill beads and the rest is all DMC floss. MD24 is called Christmas Flourishes. It's out of print. It's from 1996. It has 5 different colors of beads from Mill Hill, 3 glass seed beads, 1 antique glass bead, and when I say 1, I mean 1 pack, and then a package of glass pebble beads from Mill Hill. And then there is also a Nordic Gold rainbow gallery thread and 1 Kreinik number 8 braid. It's a nice one. It's really gorgeous. That one to me looks like it would be very, very sparkly, just from the design. Christmas Flourishes, MD24, 1996, out of print. MD25, Angel Proclamation, and this one's from 1996. It has 5 colors of beads from Mill Hill. It has 1 Whisper White rainbow gallery thread and 1 color of water lilies called Hyacinth. Angels dwell here. Really pretty. Angel Proclamation, currently out of print. This is MD26, Mermaid of the Pearls. This is all beads, this whole area, and it is gorgeous. It's out of print. It has 7 different types of Mill Hill beads. Some of them are glass pebble, antique glass bead, regular glass seed bead, glass treasures, and crystal treasures. It also has 3 colors of Kreinik metallics. I think this is, if I'm not mistaken, this is her first mermaid. Looks like it. I don't think we've done any other mermaids so far. So this one's out of print. I have 2 copies of this one. What's interesting is that the pictures look different. The pictures look different on them. Like, it's almost like either the photo was retaken or reprinted, or it was stitched on 2 different model stitches with different photos. I don't know. It could be just a difference in the color of the photo, but I thought that was interesting that they look different. It's authentic though. I mean, they're authentic, so anyway, another pretty one. Next one, MD27 is Millennium Angel. This one's still available, and it has 3 different colors of Mill Hill beads. This one has a description on it, which is, this might be the first one that has a description. And when I say a description, I mean like a story to go along with it. It says, poised before an arbor of greenery and robed in graceful swaths of coolest pewter satin, Mirabilia's Millennium Angel is the beautiful way to herald in the coming 21st century. Tiny seed pearls adorn her halo, her outstretched wings glisten with touches of gold, and she bears a bouquet of full-blown pink roses, symbols of hope and goodwill. Our wish is that, in creating her, you will share in her spirit of tranquility, and that once finished, her peaceful gaze will bless your home from within as the modern world without moves into an increasingly fast-paced age. That was long. I don't know if I should read them all in this video, if you guys are going to be like, skip to the good stuff, we don't want to listen to that. But if it looks interesting, maybe I'll read them. She started putting little story descriptions on the back of her patterns. I guess this is the first one. So again, this is Millennium Angel, MD27 from 1997, and it's still available. MD28 is called Crystal Christmas. It's from, what year is it from? Does it say? 1997, and it's out of print. I know a couple of years ago this one was still available, but it has since gone out of print. A lot of beads in this one. 8 different colors of Mill Hill beads, 3 Krynic metallic threads, and 2 rainbow gallery threads. One is Whisper White and the other is called Wispy Fringe. This one has a story. I guess I can tell you the story on this one. In the secret clearing deep in a faraway woods, a party of snow angels gather in their frosty finery to pay homage to the coming of Christmas. While icy blue snowflakes tickle tiny noses and cheeks, icicle beads, juniper swags, and a shining crystalline star all find their way to the windswept tree. The winter companion to Mirabilia's Angel Proclamation, this design lets you stitch all 5 cherubs, the 3 closest to the tree, or whichever one makes your heart burst out in a chorus of fa-la-la-la-las. MD29 is called Snow Days. This is one of my favorites because it's a snowman, and I love snowmen. And this one is from, let's see, is it 1997? It's out of print. It reads, big snowstorm, no school, cooped up, bored. Get on mom's nerves, bundle up, stomp outside, build a snowman, numb fingers, stomp inside, dry mittens on radiator, press nose to frosty window. Admire the snowman standing guard in the swirling, twirling ballet of snow. Remember? That's a really cute write-up. I like that. It has 4 different colors of water lilies, 4 Mill Hill beads, 1 Krynic metallic, and 1 rainbow gallery thread called Arctic Rays. Snow Days, MD29, and out of print. MD30 is called A Midsummer Night's Fairy. This one's still available. Pretty sure Stitching Mommy has done this one and has it hanging on her wall. Trying to get it where it's not glaring. This one's pretty shiny. It's got 7 Mill Hill beads and 9 or 10 different colors of Krynic with blends. It's blending with, it blends the Krynic threads with the DMC. That's interesting. Probably her wings, I would guess. I don't think I'm going to read every description on every, if you guys would like me to read a description or show the back of any of the patterns that I'm showing, just leave me a comment or send me DM me on Instagram at Needleberry Stitcher, and I can either send you a picture of the back of the pattern, like not the pattern itself, but just, you know, what you would see if you were picking this up in a store, and then you can see the back of the pattern and know what kind of materials you would need. So Midsummer Night's Fairy, and it's still available. MD31 is Giggles in the Snow. This one is also still available. I like the way this one is done where you can just do one or the other. You don't have to do both. Or you can do both because they're both really cute. And it has a separate listing of materials for the boy and materials for the girl. They're different. So it splits it out for you so you can just do one or the other. You could do the little boy or the little girl as a gift for a niece or a nephew or a grandchild. So MD31, Giggles in the Snow, and it's still available. MD32 is called Under the Friendship Tree, and it's out of print. This one has 2 different colors of Mill Hill beads, and that's it. The rest is all DMC floss. And I think I said that one's out of print. MD33, Touching the Autumn Sky. This one is very popular, or it was at least a couple of years ago. It seemed like everybody was stitching this one. Touching the Autumn Sky, currently out of print. It has 1 Mill Hill bead, one color, and the rest is DMC. And it's from 1997. Next we have Spring Queen. This was the very first one that I ever got. It's MD34. I bought this one in 2001 and realized, oh my, I have to start getting all of the other ones that were, and I started going back and getting all the other ones because they were all available at that time. This one I took out of the outer wrapping. And it's currently out of print. It has 6 different colors of Mill Hill beads, and the rest is just DMC. MD35 is called Waiting for Ships. Another mermaid. It's from first one from 1998, and it's currently out of print. It has 3 colors of metallics, Krynic metallics, and 7 different colors of Mill Hill beads, and a couple of blends. This looks like a bigger one. It looks like kind of a, well, maybe not. Maybe not as big. The beads look really pretty on it though. I don't know if you can see them, but the beads look really pretty. And her hair, the Mill Hill beads in her hair. Actually, it's probably some crystal treasures in her hair. It lists 1 crystal treasure. And this one's, now that I was gonna say it's available, it's not, it's out of print, I'm sorry. I almost said it was available, but it's not. The next one is called Savannah's Curtsy, MD36. This one is still available. There are 2 Krynic metallic threads and 2 Mill Hill beads in this one. And again, when I say 2 Mill Hill beads, I don't mean 2 literal physical beads. I mean 2 different colors of beads, 2 packs, or 2 colors. But that one's really pretty. I'm gonna have to go a little faster. This is gonna, we're only on number 37. 3 for T, MD37, 2 Krynic metallics, 2 Mill Hill bead colors. And this one is still available. That's a really colorful one with the pinks and the greens. I like that a lot. MD38. Is this 38? You know what? This is one of the ones, this is so weird because it says it's MD38, but I have another pattern. These 2 both say MD38 on them. And I had to go look it up when I was buying them. I was like, how can there be 2 MD38s? But Villa Mirabilia, that's what this one is the real MD38, and it's out of print. It has 2 different colors of Mill Hill beads. Sarah the Stitching Mommy is currently working on this one. And then this one, Titania or Titania, or however you say it, I've heard it said multiple ways. Queen of the Fairies. Titania, Queen of the Fairies. It says MD38 on it, but it's actually MD39. So I don't know if anyone else that has this one, if theirs says MD38 on it or not, or if it's actually printed with MD39. I'd be curious if anyone has it, if you check and let me know. But it's still available. This one is still in print. You can get it. It has 2 colors of Krynic metallics, 4 colors of Mill Hill beads, and some half stitch. MD40 is called Ashley's Roses, and this one is out of print. It is from, let's see, what year? 1998. And it has 3 colors of Mill Hill beads. It also has some half stitch in it as well. MD41. I'm going to say this one wrong too, probably. It's either Adia, or Adia, the garden fairy. And it's currently out of print. This one I would love, 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 love to do. She has so many treasures, so many beads. This whole string here is all beaded. It's gorgeous. And I saw it model stitched at a cross stitch store in Kansas City, Missouri. Oh my goodness, it was amazing. But it's, I think, really, really difficult to get the crystal treasures. I think if I remember right, I looked into it and couldn't get any of the embellishment packs, and I'd have to really spend some time trying to figure out which crystal treasures to swap out. So I haven't taken time to kit it up. So 5 different colors of seed beads, 3 types of crystal treasures, and 4 different colors of Krynic metallics with blending filaments and number 4 braids. This is one of my favorites. And it's out of print, if I didn't mention that. MD42 is called Deepest Love. It's also out of print. It has 3 colors of Mill Hill beads and treasures, and 1 Krynic number 4 metallic braid. The rest is DMC. It does have some blends with B5200. It's from 1999. MD43 is called Enchanted Dreamer. It's out of print. It has 4 colors of Mill Hill beads and 2 colors of Krynic metallic threads. I don't think I've seen anyone stitch this one. If you know of anyone who has, leave me a comment. I'd really like to know. I'd love to give shout outs to people who are working on these. I just don't have time to watch all the FlossTube channels. I wish I did. But I work full time, so my time is limited. I watch as much FlossTube as I possibly can, though. I can tell you that. Definitely do. As much as time allows. MD44 is called The Garden Muses. This one is still available. It is 7 colors of Mill Hill beads and one that says a very small teardrop amethyst crystal treasure. MD45 is another in our series of seasonal queens. This is Autumn Queen, and it's currently out of print. 6 colors of Mill Hill beads and treasures, and 3 different Krynic metallic threads, and it also has Whisper White rainbow gallery thread. I don't see this one stitched very much. I've seen summer, spring, and winter more than I've seen the autumn. MD46, Le Nouveau Sampler. Still available. You can still get this one. This is the only one I've seen that's sampler style with the alphabet. I don't think there are any others. It has 3 colors of Mill Hill beads and 1 Krynic metallic thread. MD47 is called April's Blue Diamond. I think this was the very first of her birthstone fairies. She started doing one for each month, related to each month's birthstone, and she did not do them all sequentially. She spread them out over several years. So April's Blue Diamond, this is the first one, and it's still available. I think all of the birthstone fairies are all still available. If I get to one that's not, I'll point it out, but this was in 1999. And MD48, Rose Arbor. This is one I'm currently started. It's in my whip parade. in one of my previous videos of Mirabilia and Fancy Ladies. And this is the one I was talking about when I was showing you the Rose of Sharon, MD number 3, and saying that this Rose Arbor would be really pretty stitched together with Rose Arbor and Rose of Sharon stitched together. It has 3 different colors of Mill Hill beads and 3 colors of, no, I take it back. There's only 2. 2 colors of Krynic metallic threads. It looks like they had to do a special print or stamp of a color blend that was missing from the chart. That's something else. If you're not aware, if you go out to, this one's out of print by the way, Rose Arbor MD48 out of print. If you go out to the Mirabilia website, mirabilia.com, they have a listing of all the patterns that had issues in their printings, like corrections, either symbols that were missing, symbols that were wrong, specific squares on the chart that were had the wrong symbol on them. So if you are getting ready to stitch a Mirabilia, it is always a good idea to go out to the mirabilia.com website, check for the pattern that you're going to start stitching on, make sure that you have the corrections. Sometimes they're not really a big deal, like if you stitched it a wrong color or something, it's only maybe 3 squares, but some of them are really big, like gaps, things that you really need to know, information you really need in order to get it right. Bead colors that are missing, color act, like this one actually had the symbol completely missing from the like it was on the pattern, but it wasn't on the color key, so you didn't know. It's like, what do I stitch there? I don't know what A means. So good idea to check. MD49 is Gathering Eggs. This one just went out of print in the last year or 2, not that long ago. And Dina, the from Half Stitch Cross Stitch, just finished this one. I think it was in one of her recent videos she showed her finish. Gathering Eggs, MD49 out of print, and it has 1 color of Mill Hill beads and the rest is all DMC threads. That one's another one that's got a lot of stitching in it. Like the background is it's all filled in except down in here. It's a pretty border on it though. MD50 is Summer in My Garden. This one is all DMC. I'm gonna double check real quick. Yep. There's a series of 4 patterns: summer, spring, autumn, and winter in my garden. There's 4 of them. And this is the first one in the series of 4 called Summer in My Garden. All 4 patterns have no blends, or sorry, no specialty threads, no beads. It's all just DMC. These are excellent patterns to do if you like gardening, if you don't like stitching with beads or Krynics, if you want to do a series. Yeah, really, really cool. Still available. I'm pretty sure all 4 are still available. The next one is from 2000, and it was actually reprinted in 2018. There was an anniversary year, I think it was her anniversary year in 2018, and she picked 5 of her previous patterns, Nora Corbett did, I think she did, or Mirabilia, the company did. They picked 5 popular patterns that were out of print and reprinted them. This was one of them. So I actually couldn't find this one. This was one of the ones that I didn't get back in 2000, because I don't know, it wasn't my favorite. I got this one actually after the reprint. And it's got 5 colors of Mill Hill beads. It has 5 Mill Hill treasures and 2 colors of Krynic number 4 braid. This one's been pretty cool. I've seen this one stitched on specialty fabric that some hand dyers had made, where they had the bottom of the pattern was like a light tan colored for the beach, and then the top was blue for the sky. So it had like it wasn't a gradient, it was like literally just like tan, and then it kind of like did a fade into blue sky, and it looked really cool to have the kids playing on the beach and then the sandcastle with the sky in the background. So I thought it was pretty cool. Dina from Half Stitch Cross Stitch has done this one as well. She's done a lot of Mirabilias, but her finish was really pretty. And as far as I know, even though they reprinted it for the 25th anniversary, I think it might still be hard to get. I think they did a limited number. So it might still be a difficult one to get. I know this one's been out on eBay for a decent price though. So if it's one that you really wanted, go check eBay. Because there are so many more patterns now floating around because of the reprint, I think it's one that you can still go out and get. This one is June's Pearl Fairy, MD52. It has 8 different glass seed beads and treasures, and 2 colors of Krynic. And it's her second one from 2000. It's the second one in her Birthstone Fairy series. And it's still available. MD53, Spring in My Garden. This is the second one in the series. The second of 4. And it's still available. No blends or no Krynics, no beads. It's all just straight DMC thread stitching. MD54 is the Scent of Old Roses. It's still available. It has 5 colors of glass seed beads from Mill Hill, 1 color of Krynic metallic, and 1 Rainbow Gallery Whisper White. I'm probably going to cruise through these ones now. There aren't that many more that are not available. There's a few scattered, but most of them are now the patterns that you can still get out, like anywhere. 123 Stitch or your local needle workshop or eBay or wherever. MD55 is Mother's Bliss. This one has no metallics or beads in it either. It's from 2000. And Sarah the Stitching Mommy has this on her wall. If you have ever watched any of her videos, she completed this one. What's nice about this one is that the apron here is not stitched. So the stitching is all in, you know, the baby and the mother and this part of her dress, and that is not stitched. So this one I think could stitch up pretty quickly. And what a beautiful gift for a new mother. MD56, May's Emerald Fairy from the Birthstone Fairy series. Still available. 4 Mill Hill beads, 4 different types. One is a crystal treasure, and 5 colors of Krynic metallic thread. Actually, I'm going to read the description on this one because it's not, I've been referring to it as the Birthstone Fairies, but she actually calls them the Year of the Fairies collection. So 3rd in Nora Corbett's Year of the Fairies collection is May's Emerald. She stands surrounded by wild strawberries, gazing into an emerald crystal treasure that signifies love. It's really pretty. MD57, the Queen Mermaid. This one is out of print. 4 colors of Krynic metallic threads and 5 colors of Mill Hill beads. And it also has, let's see, 3 crystal treasures, Mill Hill crystal treasures in it. 1 very small teardrop amethyst and 1 very small teardrop emerald. Not sure how easy those are to find. That's really pretty. MD58 is Queen of Peace. It's out of print. It has, let's see, 9 Mill Hill beads and treasures and 5 Krynic metallic threads. She almost looks like, she is a queen. She's Queen of Peace, but she definitely fits in with the other queens, the seasonal ones. MD59 is July's Amethyst Fairy. It has 6 different types of Mill Hill beads and crystal treasures and 3 different Krynic metallic threads. And this one is from 2001, so we're already up to 2001. MD60 is called Blossom Harvest, still available. It has one Krynic metallic thread and 9 beads and crystal treasures from Mill Hill and multiple packages of each. So, for example, there's 4 treasures, 4 different kinds of treasures, but one of the treasures needs 5 packages of them. One of them needs 3 packages. One of the treasures needs 2 packages, and the other treasure needs 4 packages. So this one looks like it might be a little more expensive to kit up with all the treasures. It doesn't look like it. When I look at it, it's like, oh, it doesn't look like it's got that many treasures in it. It looks more like some beads and stuff, but surprisingly, it might be a little more on the expensive side. But again, it's MD60, the Blossom Harvest, and it's still available. MD61 is Christmas Wishes, still available. 5 colors of Mill Hill beads, 5 colors of Krynic metallic thread, and it also has the Rainbow Gallery Whisper White. My guess is it's in his beard. So that's the only thing that's white. MD62, popular one. Everybody wants this one. MD62 is Lady of the Flag. Definitely on my list. I want to stitch this one. The question I have is, what kind of fabric do I want to use? There are some floss tubers who have that specialty fabric. Forget what it's called, but it basically says like "We the People," or I don't know if it's like Confederate something. I can't remember the. Anyway, it basically has "We the People," or it has some writing on the fabric in the background instead of just plain white. Joss Holm has that. I'm so jealous. So she's gonna be starting this one too. She's got it kitted up, I think. And this one came out as a tribute. It basically was after September 11th, 2001. I'm going to read the write-up on this one. It says, "On the days after the events of September 11th, 2001, I felt so sad. I remembered how stitchers have often asked me to design a piece about remembering a loved one who has passed. Designing this piece was about healing, but also about the beauty of our country and human nature, especially individuals who inspired us all with their acts of heroism. I'm still sad, but I'm hopeful. It is my hope that this design will help you heal, and that the proceeds raised will help all the men, women, and children who need it most." And it's signed Nora. 5 colors of Mill Hill beads and 4 colors of Krynic metallic thread. And this one unfortunately goes for a pretty penny if you can find it on eBay or second market. MD63 is the Cottage Garden Fairy, and this one is out of print. It has 10 different colors or types of Mill Hill beads and treasures, and it has 5 Krynic metallics. Another one that has just gone out of print, probably in the last 3 years, is Queen of Freedom. Another one I want to stitch. MD64, Queen of Freedom. Surprisingly, it only has 2 Krynic threads in it, number 4 braid, and it's got 2 types of Mill Hill seed beads and 2 types of crystal treasures. There's multiple needed though. So for the crystal treasures, you have to buy 2 packages of each type. But another beautiful queen. MD65, Angel of the New Dawn. Ah, I love this one. I've seen this one stitched on black fabric. I don't know whether it was Aida or Even Weave or I didn't matter what it was gorgeous. It popped out of that fabric like you wouldn't believe, because she's so light, and oh my, it was amazing. So I've considered stitching this one on black even weave, or I probably wouldn't bother doing linen. You wouldn't even be able to tell. I'd probably just do black even weave or black Aida. Even black Aida would be beautiful. But MD65, Angel of the New Dawn, out of print. 6 colors of glass beads and 3 colors of Krynic metallic thread. And this one's from 2002. MD66 is Fairy Treasures. It's got 4 Krynic metallic threads and 6 types of Mill Hill beads and crystal treasures. Still available. MD67, the Woodland Fairy. Still available. This one looks like it's got a lot of Krynic in it. It's showing a lot of blends between blending filament and DMC, and it's got another 5 additional Krynic metallic braids colors, and it has 5 types of Mill Hill beads. I'm guessing her wing is probably very, very detailed with blending filament. MD68 is Winter in My Garden. And this one actually has some glass seed beads. I don't know how many, but I think it might be the only one of the 4 garden patterns that has beads. And I'm guessing you could probably not even do the beads. I don't think there's that many. MD68, Winter in My Garden, and still available. MD69, Cinderella. I like this one. I think it's really pretty. And it's still available. It has 1, 2, 3, 4, 7 colors of Mill Hill beads, but one of the Mill Hill says it needs 7 packages for a total of 19 treasures. So that's pretty fun. And 6 colors of Krynic metallic thread. This is a fancy one. I like it. I like the border too. Wouldn't need to mat it. You would just use the border as the mat. MD70 is Maiden of the Seasons Part 1. It's a 2-part series for a total of 4 maidens, and you can either stitch these individually, just 2, or you can, if you have both patterns, you can stitch all 4 side by side, so all on the same fabric, all next to each other. And this one is Maidens of the Seasons. Both Part 1 and Part 2 are out of print. It's got 1 Krynic metallic thread and a lot of beads. 1, 2, 3, 4, 9 types of Mill Hill beads and treasures. MD71 is called Shimmering Mermaid. It's out of print. It's from 2003. It has 5 colors of beads, Mill Hill beads, and it calls for 5 Krynic metallics. I don't think I've seen this one stitched very much. It's very colorful with the purples. MD72, Guardian Angel. This one is still available. It has 1 Krynic metallic, 2 Karen water lily threads, and 3 types of Mill Hill beads, and a lot of DMC. I'm surprised. It's a really big list of DMC. MD73 is called Carrying Wings. It is out of print. It has 4 types of Mill Hill glass beads, and the rest is DMC. It's a pretty one. Well, aren't they all? They're all beautiful, aren't they? This is part 2, Maiden of the Seasons, MD74, and this one's out of print too. They would look really nice side by side though. Let me pull the other one up. So these are the two, and you can just stitch them all 4 side by side. That'd be really pretty. If I'm not mistaken, Just Keep Stitching, it's either Pam or Steph, probably, I think it was Pam, has stitched all 4 of these side by side, and she had them hanging up behind her in one of her videos, and I was just mesmerized. They were so pretty. I need to go back and look at her video and see what fabric she used. She had a beautiful fabric choice. MD75 is Butterfly Fairy, and this one's from 2004. This was another one of the patterns that on the 25th anniversary they reprinted it. There were 5, and this was one of the 5. Seaside Kingdom, Butterfly Fairy. I think the Lady of the Flag was one of them too. And yet it's still so hard to get that one. But Butterfly Fairy, it's out of print. I bought this one like way back in the day, so because it was one that I didn't want to wait. When I was collecting, I was like, yep, definitely have to have that one. So I bought it. I think I bought it in 2005, like right after it came out. 2004, 2005. MD76 is Ring Around the Rose Tree. This one's still available. And there are 3 different colors of Mill Hill beads. No Krynics. MD77, Emerald Mermaid. 4 colors of Mill Hill beads and 1 Krynic metallic thread. And this one's still available. MD78 is Royal Holiday. I always think this one should have like Queen in the title, but it actually does. It's Royal Holiday, but then in parentheses after that it says A Christmas Queen. So technically it does have Queen in the title of the pattern, but it's most often referred to as Royal Holiday. And it's still available. Lots of people stitching this one, or have already finished stitching it. My understanding is that with the Whisper White, when you're stitching with Whisper White, that you have to use very, very short strands of it because it breaks apart really easily or it frays. But to be honest, I haven't yet stitched one with Whisper Gallery. I have some kitted up with Whisper Gallery thread, but I myself have not stitched with Whisper yet. It has 3 colors of Mill Hill beads, 2 colors of Krynic, and Whisper White for her dress. The little furry edges of her dress are Whisper. Oh, I love this one. MD79 is called Madonna of the Garden. It's out of print. It has 4 colors of Mill Hill beads and 1 color of Krynic metallic thread. And it was printed in 2004. This is beautiful. I love this one. It says, reminiscent of a Renaissance painting, the Madonna is calm and radiant as she cradles the angelic child. The lush fruits represent blessings and abundance. When completed, this design is truly a work of mastery and meaning. And I have to totally agree with that. It looks amazing. I love the witch elt that they use too. It's called Dapple Gray Linen from Witch Elt. Really pretty. It has an alternate fabric of Belfast Steel Gray Linen by Swigart. The model stitch is amazing. I love it. MD80 is Lily of the Woods, also called the Dreaming Fairy. Still available. It has 5 colors of Krynic metallics, 9 different colors of Mill Hill beads, and 2 colors of Crystal Treasures. One of the Crystal Treasures says it requires 13 packages. That's a lot. I mean, some of the packages only have one treasure in them, but that can really add up, you know, if you're pricing and kitting up a Mirabilia. So, and the other treasure says it needs 6 packages. So this one looks pretty blingy. Lots of beads, lots of Krynic, lots of treasures. If you're looking for one that's really glittery and fancy, this will be the one. One of the ones. MD1 is called Archangel. It has 4 colors of metallic braid and 2 colors of beads, Millhill beads. It's really pretty. Still available. MD82 is called the Petal Fairy. It has 2 colors of Millhill beads and 1 Krynic metallic. Not too bad. Still available. And the next one is MD83, the Feather Fairy. I almost see these two kind of going together. They remind me almost more of her Nora Corbett series. A little bigger than the Nora Corbett designs, but reminiscent of some of the designs she's done with her different, like the series she did with the flowers, the different flower. I don't know if they're fairies. To be honest, I don't have any of the Nora Corbett patterns, like from the Nora Corbett line. Not that I don't want them, but I just never started collecting them when they first started. I really only started collecting the Mirabilias, so not saying I would never get any, but I don't have any currently. So this is Feather Fairy. To me, I think these would look really pretty stitched together. And it has 2 Krynic metallics and 1 type of Millhill beads. Pretty simple, actually, when you think about it, compared to some of the other ones that have so many metallics and beads. This one's pretty straightforward. Probably on the simpler side. It's still big, but doesn't have all of the extra stuff to do it. Well, I do beads at the end, but MD84 is Enchanted Mermaid. This one, and I'm not the only one who has said this, but this one to me looks like a queen. Like she's posed like a queen. I watched somebody FlossTube recently who said the exact same thing. And I was like, yeah, she looks like she should be called a queen. So there is a queen mermaid, but she doesn't sit posed like this. So whenever I think of the queen mermaid, I think of this one. But it's not. It's Enchanted Mermaid. And it's still available. But very, very expensive, I think, to kit it up. I tried looking for an embellishment pack and I wasn't able to find one because I thought if I'm gonna lay down a bunch of money, I might as well just get it all at one time. But looks like I'm gonna have to source everything individually. And not to mention, I think a lot of the treasures are no longer available, so gonna have to figure out what to substitute for some of the treasures. And there's a lot of treasures and beads. 3, 4. There's 8 different types of beads and treasures listed, but all of them have like 10 packages, 11 packages, 7 packages, 3 packages. There's a lot of beads and treasures. And there's 4 different types of metallics, and 2 of them require 2 spools. So that's a lot. But this is definitely one of my favorites. I like that a lot. And I like the Twilight Blue Linen. It's stitched on, the model stitch in the photo is stitched on Twilight Blue Linen by Witchelt. I really like it. I think it goes really well with that design. I really like overdyed, or not overdyed, but like, I like the fancy fabrics, hand-dyed fabrics. I really like them. And there are times when I would definitely want to pick a hand-dyed fabric, but that one I think it's so beautiful on its own. I don't think it needs it. Mermaids of the Deep Blue, MD85. This one was stitched on Zweigart Amsterdam Blue Linen, but they must have done something with the lighting in that, because to me, when I look at this one, and it's still available, it looks like the center almost is lighter than the outside fabric, But it doesn't say that they did anything special with the fabric. I think it must be just the way they did the lighting when they took the photo. I wish it was different. Like, I wish it was that you could get the fabric that way, where it was lighter in the middle and darker on the outside edges, but I don't think that's a thing. Maybe somebody could do that. I don't think I'm brave enough to try. But it's got 4 different colors of Krynic metallics and 6 colors of beads and treasures. And it's still available. I think that's a really pretty one. MD86 Garden Beauty. Still available. It's got 4 colors of beads and 1 Krynic metallic. MD87, the Forest Goddess. Still available. 5 types of Mill Hill beads and 1 Krynic metallic thread. And now I think we are past all the ones that are out of print. I think everything else, nope, I'm wrong. I think there's one more that's out of print, but the rest I think are all pretty much available, that you can still find them. MD88 is Stargazer. I love this one. I would love to do this one paired with MD2, which was the Fairy Moon. I think they would look so pretty together. And this one's still available. 6 colors of Mill Hill beads. And this one was printed in, getting up there, 2006. Been around for a while. This one still feels new to me. I don't know why. I feel like I got this one, it doesn't seem like that long ago, but it's been a long time. 2006 is a long time. MD89, the Bliss Fairy. 3 colors of Mill Hill beads. MD90, White Christmas. 9 different Mill Hill beads and treasures. And 1 color of Krynic braid and 1 Whisper White Rainbow Gallery thread. MD91, Autumn in My Garden. And this is from that seasonal garden, the series of 4. This one actually has got beads in it too. I lied, because I thought none of these had beads in them. I know none of them had Krynic, but this one's saying it's got beads too. I don't know where they are. Can't be that many, because I don't know where they would be. There can't be that many. There might be a few here in her glove. I don't know if you can see it, but there's like little dots in her glove and maybe around her hair. I'm not sure, but that's a pretty one. I think of the 4, this is probably my top, but I really love fall and autumn. Autumn's my favorite season. MD92 is the South Seas Mermaid. This one is out of print. It has a lot of beads. 11 different colors of Mill Hill beads and 2 metallic braids, Krynic metallics. And multiple packages of the beads and 2 spools of one of the Krynics. So it's got a lot in it, a lot of bling in that one. MD93, Lady of the Mist. This is one I would like to do. I really like her dress. I like all the flowers in it too. Reminds me a little bit of Roses of Provence, but without all the white in the dress. For anyone who doesn't know, I'm not a big fan of white, but it seems like I love winter designs and snowmen, and whenever I seem to pick out a Mirabilia, it's the ones that have white in them in their dresses, and I need to stop saying I don't like white because it seems like that's all I stitch lately. So 93, Lady of the Mist. 7 different colors of Mill Hill beads, some of them requiring 2 or 3 packages. And a lot of the DMCs I'm seeing listed are showing that it needs multiple skeins. 3, 4, 6 of them, 6 colors require at least 2 skeins. MD94 Crystal Symphony. Looks kind of fancy. I love the chandelier. Lots of beads. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 10 different kinds of Mill Hill beads and 3 different Krynic metallic braids. MD95 Mermaid of Atlantis. The fabric, look at that, it's so different from a lot of the other model stitch photos. This one's called 32 count Laurel Linen by Witchelt. It says there's an alternate fabric choice of Beach Walk by Witchelt as well. Beach Walk Ada is what they list. This one's got 3 colors of Karen water lilies. 1, 2, 3, 4 colors of Krynic metallic braid and 7 colors of Mill Hill beads. It also has a Krynic cord, which I don't think I've seen listed on any up to now. And lots of blends, DMC blends. Very pretty. MD96 November Topaz Fairy. Another one in her series. This one has 5 colors of Mill Hill beads and treasures. One of those requires 14 packages and the other requires 9 packages of beads and treasures. And there are, let's see, 1, 2, 3, there's 5 colors of Krynic metallic. And we're in 2007 for this one. MD97 is Athena, Goddess of Wisdom. That's a very, very big one. The stitched area is 251 by 197. That's a big one. It has 5 colors of Mill Hill beads, 4 Mill Hill treasures, 1 Krynic metallic thread, 1 Rainbow Gallery Whisper, and a lot of Karen water lilies. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 10. It's listing 10 Karen from the Karen collection, but some of them are blends. So it's listing a color called Guacamole, but then it's also listing Guacamole and Umbria as a blend, and then Umbria by itself. So it's not that there's necessarily 10 different Karen water lilies, because some of them are blends. There's actually, let me count, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. There's only 7. There's only 7 Karens. But that one looks really pretty, very colorful. I like that one. MD98 is Bluebeard's princess called Mirabilia. It has 4 colors of Karen water lilies, 4 colors of Krynic number 4 braid, 2 Mill Hill treasures, one of them calls for 2 packages, and 7 colors of Mill Hill beads. MD99 is Venetian Opulence. This one has Rainbow Gallery Whisper thread, 1 Mill Hill treasure, 6 colors of Mill Hill beads, a metallic Krynic number 4 braid, and it looks like there's also a blend of DMC and Krynic in this one, as well as some other DMC blends. This one looks pretty cool. Her dress looks really fun to stitch. And MD100 is Winter White Santa. Jessie Marie Does Stuff stitched this one a long time ago. I want to say like 9 years ago maybe. But she has it in her older videos. If you go back and look at her old like original series, it's probably one of her first FlossTubes, like within the first 10 FlossTube videos, I think. She has this where she finished it and shows it. It's so pretty. And Teresa Little Stitcher started this one too, but I think she put it on hold for now. 6 colors of Mill Hill beads, 2 Mill Hill treasures and crystal charms. Let's see, Rainbow Gallery Whisper Thread, 1 Karen Collection Water Lilies, and 4 Krynics. And that's the first 100 of the Mirabilia patterns. I'm already at an hour and a half of my recorded time, and I think I'm gonna have to break this up into 2 videos. So this is the first 100. I will film another video showing the next, like from 101 to 179, which is 179 is the most current one that came out in December of 2021. So be on the lookout for part 2 of my Mirabilia. I don't know, so many people are just calling everything pattern parades and kit parades and whip parades, and I've done the same thing. I've named everything parade, and I'm gonna call this a chart stroll. So these are the first 100 of the Mirabilia patterns in my chart stroll. So I will see you again in the next video. Hopefully I'll get that one filmed and up for you soon. And in the meantime, if this is first time you've watched any of my videos, I hope you enjoyed it. And I've got some other videos out there that might be interesting as well. Some that are very specifically just Mirabilia and Fancy Lady patterns or my whips, and some that are related to Dimensions Gold Collection kits and my collection and my whips. And so I've got way too much on the go right now. I've got 74 whips on the go. I started the year with 76. I currently have 74. I'm really close to finishing a couple, and 2022, I keep saying this in every video, but it's because I have to tell myself, I have to keep reminding myself that 2022 is the year that I'm getting stuff done, not the year that I'm starting things. I'm not saying I'm not going to start anything, but I really need to get tons of progress done on what I've already started. So that's my whole year's mantra, is like, get things done, just whip the whips. So I'll see you in the next video. I'm done rambling for now. So thanks for watching. If you're returning, thank you again for coming back. It's so fun to share. It's fun to share in this beautiful hobby with all of you. And when you come back, it's just, you know, it's really nice to know that people want to see this. You know, they want to see what I have. I want to see what I'm working on, because I don't have any stitchers who live near me. So it's, again, nice to have you along for the ride. I plan to put out a lot more videos.